making a simple pizza dough. If you watched my bread video, simple bread video, it should be pretty easy to grasp this all. It's a lot like it. Anyways, I'm gonna start off by the yeast. You'll want to get yourself warm water, measuring cup. Myself, I will use part of my water now. It's sort of a two-part system, as I referred to in other videos. Another video, I don't know if I actually showed it. It actually says right on there, refrigerate after opening. So you know, when you buy just a single little packet, that's not a big deal. You open it up and you use it, and it's little 8 grams. But when you're using this, you want to, after you open it, a little cap there on the top. So anyways, you'll want a teaspoon. You'll want warm water. Just go over here. Alright, so I got some warm water here. So I just go like this. What about a half a cup, but it doesn't have to be perfect in the way you measure. A little more water again won't hurt too much. You can always add a dash of flour. So anyways, you're gonna want to take your yeast, and I put it in first before the sugar. Multiple reasons, but don't just drop it in your water. Sprinkle it around in your water. I don't know if I said that in the other. If you don't, it'll drop down in one solid clump, and you'll get a little bit of yeast that actually floats, just a bit. The majority of it will drop. Put that back in. Now, unlike bread, you're going to want to essentially double the sugar and half the amount of salt, and that's how you get the different flavor for your pizza dough. So anyways, I think I might need just a bit more sugar in here. Get my bigger container out. There we go. There we go. I got a little more here. Spill it this time. Alright, so we're going to put in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Alright, so 6 sugars in here, and 1 teaspoon of yeast. Now we're going to give it a little bit of a stir. Alright, now I'm going to leave it in this nice warm water here. Again, like I'm putting my finger in, so it's not that hot obviously, but I'm just going to let it sit in there. The reason I let it sit in there is that if you put that down against another form of container, especially like right here, it's pretty cold, you know, and it'll not let the yeast activate, because it needs about 100 degrees Celsius, about 30 or Fahrenheit, sorry, about 38 degrees Celsius to activate properly. That's just going to sit there for a little while. If your flour is in the freezer like mine is, you're going to want to take it out to let it warm up, because you don't want cold flour to make when you're using yeast. So you're just going to take that out and prep yourself for anything else, but that'll be probably about 10 minutes, and then you'll actually see it in here. It's already started frothing already a little bit, kind of like if you've ever had powdered milk. It'll kind of look like that. But anyways, yeah, you just let it sit here. Give it a good little stir. Make sure that you don't have like lumps. You're trying not to have any lumps. A lump won't hurt anything. Okay, and I'll just stop this video. We'll come back, and the yeast should be ready, and we'll be combining it with our other ingredients. All right. All right. We're just going to get hands a little washed again. Alrighty, and the yeast, I gave it a little shake there, but it's frosted all up. You can hear it bubbling away there, so it's still working, but it's got a lot of froth left on it anyways. You're gonna want to get your flour. Okay, so get your flour out. So your flour shouldn't be cold or anything. It should be nice, room temperature. You can measure, like I repeated, you're going to double the sugar compared to bread, and then half the amount of salt for your pizza. You don't have to put half the amount of salt. I choose to. So I'm going to put probably like 2 teaspoons roughly. So 1, 2. So there we go. So you can put 2 in there. Then you're going to look in for some oil, and you can get a measuring 2 tablespoons, or you can just dye it out. It doesn't really have to be perfect, the oil, because it's not an overwhelming flavor. It's just more or less to get everything right in here. So just give this another little quick shake here, and we'll just pour that in there. And now you will want 1 more cup of warm water. There we go. Nice. Alright. Now we got that done. Just set that there just for now. Now we're gonna work the dough. You can use a fork, get everything in, or you can do it the old-fashioned way. You're gonna want to probably just start from the side here and work sort of like a plow with your flour into the middle. Just don't get your whole hand dirty. Just use your fingers. Whip it around. Get your whole hand dirty, I guess. So I just go around. I keep my fingers actually open to let the dough go through. Kind of like a big fork, I guess. Okay. Now you can start to see she's picking up. All right. Now, if you find it do it all with my hand here. I know I should do it out on the board to show you, but it's too sticky. It's a little more messy. It's a little too sticky. Get the flour. Get the flour, and you just add a little bit. It's too sticky. There. Just a dash more flour. just actually sprinkle the flour in the hand. Clean it off. Alright. Go. Here. Okay. Dash more flour if you feel it needs it. And you don't want something too droopy, too sticky. You don't want it to be too wet. You'll feel it, see, I guess you can probably see it on my hand how it's, you can see it's still wanting to be a little sticky. Alright, so you just take a little more flour. It doesn't take very much, never put too much, you can go back and forth and you don't want to go too much with the flavor. Okay, so, there we go. Now when you do this, it's going to give it the little stretch, but it'll get the wet that's there, and then just put it back down. Alright. There. Almost there. And alright. So now, the fastest way to stretch it, it's all sticky again. Alright. Flour here. And a little more. Alright. Real quick way to, you can just put that in. You can see it's still sticky. It doesn't take very long. Alright, I can still feel it a little sticky. But I got some more flour in here to pick up anyway. This thing in the bowl. Clean. And on the hands. Why you want really clean hands when you're doing bread. You don't want to exfoliate into the food. Alright. Alright. Oh, just there. Sprinkle a little here. Just sticky. It's starting to just not tear much, but the stick is just to stay. I can feel the moisture niceness now. It's not sticking in greatness moisture to my hand. Alright. Guess I should show the bowl. Get a nice clean bowl there. You know. So. Okay. Like this. this, when you make it nice and hot on the top and you roll it into itself, the heat that's here on the top gets pulled and put back inside the middle. That's how you keep the dough really warm. Anyways, now you want to make it nice. It's still a little sticky. I guess I could finish off the flour I have here. Won't hurt nothing. All right. All right. There we go. Nice. All right. Alright, well, I think this is pretty much it. I'm going to turn on the oven here real quick. Not very long. Just going to turn it on just to get the oven warm. It's not going to stay on. Alright, so we got this in here. I don't leave it heaping. I flatten it out just a bit so it's about, I guess, that thick. It's going to make 2 pizza doughs, by the way. My pizza doughs I freeze. I do usually make one right away, but the second one after I freeze the dough tastes so much better. Once it comes out, it also stretches a lot differently and a lot better once it's been frozen too, when you go to stretch your pizza dough. So anyways, this is the dough. It's turn the oven back off. The dough is sitting in here. I'm gonna put it in the oven for off for about 40 minutes. I'll put the timer on for that. If you put your hand in here, it shouldn't actually be hot or anything like that, the metal. You're just literally trying to heat up the room. Now you're going to turn on the light. The light itself, being incandescent, should cause enough heat to continue along for the 40 minutes in there. Come along a little later, maybe check in here that it's still nice and warm, but it should be just say 40 minutes, and it should be ready for my next part of my video. So we'll just put that in there, and we'll see it in a bit there. Alright, I think that's pretty much good enough for now. Alrighty, I guess just should pull back just a hair here. Dough is risen, double its size about. Anyways, what I'm going to do now is divide the dough in half. I have a container, it's an empty container, 1 liter ice cream container. I've had it for a long time. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put one of the doughs in here, and when it regrows or inflates, I guess to say, it's gonna go. Now I'm gonna divide this by using my fingers to spread it apart. Now, alright, now, that. Alrighty, this dough is usually just a dash stickier, just a dash, but do it just like I do the bread dough. Again, I should show it. You're going to push it into itself. This dough will be very smooth compared to the first, when you finally do it, first time you do it to this time. Now it's very nice and smooth, and you want to tuck it into itself while you do it, stretching the top skin. You can see how I squeeze it there on the sides. See, so I do it once that way, and then I'll grab the opposite and go in. So and then when you're all done, you just grab them all together. So I guess you can see all the way around. Okay. And what I'll do is I'll take my one dough, I'll put it in the container, make sure that all the air gets out from the bottom, and as you can see, let's try to show you the depth there. So, and that's the top of the dough, so it's rounded. Okay, so it's about how deep right now, so it's going to grow about, that much. It's going to grow that much. What I'm going to do is take it and I'll put it back in the oven with this dough here too. All I'm going to do right now is this one too. I'm just making sure I get all the little, see, it sticks a little to the side of the bowl, so I'm just pulling it back into itself to make sure it's nice and clean and I don't leave any in the bowl and waste. Alright, there you go. Okay. Oh, it's stuck on the finger. Okay, anyways, you'll hear it, well, maybe you can even see how there's a big, you can see the bubble actually right here. It's kind of just moved along there, it just popped. That's what you're trying to squeak out kind of right now. You can hear it squeak. Okay, so you're going to do this until you get a nice pull. Now what I usually do is I usually take this and I set it back in the bowl like this, because I usually make a pizza right away, but I'm not going to be making another pizza tonight. I'm not going to make another dough or anything tonight. So all I'm going to do is I'm going to take this and I'm going to place her in this one here, which is I guess it's a more normal size to what people see in containers. And then all I'm going to do is just like that, and that's just going to let them sit. Now it doesn't take very long. You're going to notice, just put them back in the oven again. The oven is probably warm enough as it is already, and just put them in for another 10-15 minutes. So I'll put in 10 for now, and I'll hit start. Just leave that there. I'll be making another clip, I guess, and coming back to my next video to just finish off by opening them up, I guess, showing them. I'll be putting them in the freezer. Alright, yeah, I guess I don't think I've forgotten anything else. Alright, good. Alright, it went off. I let it go about another 5 minutes maybe then, and the 10 I already put it. You can see I just kind of pushed the lid back down. As you can see, the dough is pretty much right up at the top with the little heat there. It's just about to touch the top. It's going to grow a little more. That's why I'm going to take them both out right now. And I'm going to put them in the freezer. I'm going to pull out this one right here real quick. You see it? Well, that one's growing real nice too there. So anyways, they're going to go in the freezer. And then when I do need them, I just take them out, 3 hours prior. You take them out, put them on the counter, or the night before you can take them and put them in the fridge. The dough is pretty much ready. It just, you want to let it, it's the time it's going to have to sit is the flavor, and the texture is going to slightly change than if I was to roll it out right now. It would work just fine, but if you do it now, do one now, and then you take your other one, you do it tomorrow or the day after, you can remember, you would tell there's a difference in the stretching. Anyways, that's it. Just put them in the freezer now. Unless you're going to use one maybe tomorrow, then you just have to put it in the fridge. It'll work fine then. I'm also going to make the video obviously on how to make the pizza itself, but I'm also going to make a video on how to make the pizza sauce that I make. But anyways, it's simple pizza dough. Hope this wasn't difficult for any step here or anything. All right, thanks. Bye.